Hey, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com. Today we're going to be talking about what you can do if your significant other doesn't want to spend time with you. I think it's really common in relationships, especially the longer that you've been together, that the friendship piece can often be neglected. You know, you guys have more responsibilities as time goes on, whether it's financial or family, maybe career oriented, and there's a lot of other things in your life that are kind of pulling you away and taking time up from your relationship itself. So it can feel especially disheartening when you are wanting to spend quality time with your significant other, but he or she does not want to, or is not making the effort, or is making other things priority. So I think if that is the case, instead of, let's even back up. I don't think that you should be keeping this type of thing in your relationship. It's important to be communicating with your other half that, hey, I'm really feeling that, we're not spending enough time together lately and I really want to. You can't expect your significant other to be a mind reader and, just assume that he or she knows how you feel. So it needs to be addressed. But I think a really good way and healthy way to address it, instead of saying, which a lot of couples do, or people in the relationship choose to say, you never spend time with me anymore. Why don't you want to spend time with me? That is, it's a tactic. It's a way to definitely approach the conversation and be able to talk about it, but it's not necessarily solution focused. I think that no matter what, in that type of a question that you ask, most of the time you're not going to be getting a response that is going to be satisfactory to you anyways. Because whatever the reason is, if they are too busy, or they're not in the mood, or they have other things that they would rather do. Whatever it is, saying that question that way can probably hurt you more in the long run. So I don't think it's necessarily good to just be like, hey, why don't we spend time together? You never spend time with me. I think if you want to spend more quality time with your partner, a good way to approach this type of a situation is to be solution focused. So to say something like, hey, let's go do something together. When are you free? Let's go do something together on Sunday. I've planned an activity. I want to get out and I think this will be fun together. I think it's important to plan something that both you and your significant other are going to enjoy. That's the first thing. And plan it and tell your significant other when they should come, when they're gonna be there. Obviously don't plan it when your significant other has work and isn't going to be available. But your other half's schedule, most likely. So you'll be able to plan an activity. I think that's a good way of being solution focused, is to say, hey, let's do this activity together. I think it'll be really fun and I want to spend more time with you. And this is what I have in mind. It's great, and it's a way to resolve the solution. If your other half continues to make excuses and not want to do that, even after you're being proactive and being able to, trying to solve the issue at hand, then yes, then I definitely think more of a deeper conversation of how your other half isn't putting in that time and that effort into spending time with you. Talk about how that's impacting you, yourself, and how that is impacting your relationship. Then I do think that kind of a conversation, should definitely be had. But try to solve it first by you making the plans, doing something fun together, and trying to rebuild that connection and that friendship, and do everything you can on your end. You cannot force your other half to do it if he or she does not want to. And if that is the case, then it is really important to talk about that and let him or her know how it's affecting you and how it's negatively impacting your relationship. It's how it's causing more of a disconnect, how it's making you feel sad, and just say it in a very, not a blaming way, but just this is how it is, and it's making me sad, and I want to find a solution, and see if your significant other is willing to find a solution together. So that is my 2 cents on this topic. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to write below. I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as I can. And again, this is Kristen from KristenCoaching.com. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.